Hello everyone, and welcome to week 6 of the summer OCDP. I didn't get to see you last week. I was away at a conference, but I have some neat things to share that I learned at that conference. Hopefully it'll make it worthwhile. And I think you were in pretty good hands with Mark and Gordon. I did get some pictures of the granola bars and fruit that they shared with you, so that was good. So this week, as per usual, we'll take a look at what we're finishing up and what we're starting up. So this week we're finishing off in our online group Blackboard shell, the learning activities and online pedagogy, and we're starting up laying out the course units. So here we are in our shared shell, so down to week 6, laying out the course units. And this week is all about going back and looking at the work you've done in your workbook and then starting to chunk that out and lay it out into your units or weeks or modules, however you like to think about your course. And as per usual, we have some tips and tricks for you as well. This week for your weekly article, we have building community and creating relevance in the online classroom, and also gaining attention of online learners. So over here we have a little image of just different things to get the students' attention, because as we know from our face-to-face classes, we have to get their attention before they can focus, listen to what we have to say, participate. And online, we have all these other distractions that can be taking away from their attention. So this is an interesting article about how to get their attention, as well as I have a few over here. And with that in mind, both of these examples have something interesting to them, a visual, something funny, use of humor. So with that in mind, I created 2 different examples based on course content of yours. One was looking at infographics, so you will have this attached to this email, but this is Canva, and if you go to canva.com/create/infographics, if you just go to canva.com, it's a little bit hidden, but if you go follow that link. So once you get to Canva, you do have to create an account. I actually just use my Facebook account, but you can start creating some very interesting and I think simple infographics. So I'll leave that up to you to take a look at it, but here's an example that I created probably once I got my materials together, probably 10 minutes, and I was able to export it as an image so I could put that into Blackboard, or the other option was to export it as a PDF. So for this example, I used Shara's I just looked at her course outline, and there's a bit in there about Montessori. So I found an image of, I learned some things too. I found an image of Maria Montessori, and then some facts. Now, my facts are from Wikipedia. I'm sure your facts will be from proper sources. But just to give you an idea of what I was able to put together in a short period of time. So this was a template, and I was able to take out the text that was there and put in this text. The other example is with use of humor is perhaps there's animated videos you can make, but I will warn you, they're quite time intensive. But also there's one called Bitstrips, so bitstrips.com. Okay, so you go to bitstrips.com/create/comic, and again, I'll have that in our email. And you can decide how many panels, so this is sort of the classic. Once you're there, you can start to build your comic. So you can have different scenes. So we'll have a dining room. So basically you have to storyboard out what you would like to have in your comic and then put it across. So just to show you an example of what this can look like, I was speaking with Kathy and we were talking about the importance of office layout in a vet's office, which I personally never thought of. So just from taking that and coming back to Bitstrips, I was able to put together this short, funny, I think it's funny. So okay, just need to take Fido's fecal sample to the lab, but unfortunately the way this vet clinic is laid out, the poor vet there needs to go right through where everyone's waiting, and so he says I need a better office layout. So just looking at, well, could that be something each week or each module you have something funny and short to just grab their attention and orient to them of what you're going to be discussing, what they're going to be reading, what they're going to be working on that week. So again, these are just 2 examples, but we'll, as we have different examples, we'll come back to that. So for the recap, since I wasn't in your session, I'm sure it was awesome, but I wasn't there. I'll get a little bit of a recap from Mark, which we can send out in case anyone was missing, because I think a few people weren't able to attend. I did learn a lot at the conference I was at in Ottawa. One thing I wanted to share with you was something I learned about YouTube and audio. So we're going to be getting into week 8, and that's when Greg comes in and we look at different ways of creating your own videos. So if you'd like to have background music, sometimes that's difficult to find music that's not distracting, or that you don't necessarily want words to be competing with you. So one presentation I went to talked about different tools, and one of them was YouTube's audio library. So I'm just going to go over there. So I'm logged in, there I am, but youtube.com/audio library/music. And the first tab you'll come to is free music, and then there's just regular music that is ad supported and sound effects. But the interesting thing here is you can search by mood, genre, duration. So let's say I was going to be doing a welcome message to my course, and I just wanted to have some happy music in the background. But let's just go to this one. So now I could keep talking over this and introduce myself to the course, or perhaps it's just if you have some images moving through and you wanted those, you want to have some sound with those. So that's something that I suggest that you take a look at if you're going to be doing those types of things. But it's very, very interesting. Lots of different things. If you want to have something more dramatic or inspirational, you can go by instrument or just by genre as well. So you could say that you wanted something that was more popular, and you wanted it to be inspirational, and you really only wanted it for the first 30 seconds to a minute of your, maybe, like I said, you're going to be showing some images. So here we go. So it's not for everyone, but it's something I just wanted to draw to your attention. I thought it was interesting. And next week I'll send out another interesting tidbit I got from that conference, and I'll just sort of keep sharing them with you that way. So this Wednesday coming up, I won't be there again. Unfortunately, I am away again, but you're in the capable hands of Mark and Gordon. So as per usual, in the same room, and this week it's online communication collaboration for learning and evaluation. And you're going to look specifically on how to build journals, blogs, online discussions, and wikis. So please bring your laptops if you have them available to you. And then Mark's going to jump in with discussion boards, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And Mark's had a lot of experience as an online teacher using discussion boards, and also helping teachers such as yourself in the OCDP with issues that they've had. And there is great things with discussions, but there's a few things that you just want to keep your eye open for, so that you don't run into too many problems the first time your course runs. So that's it for this week. I do miss you guys, but I will be back. Then we have reading week, so we won't see you then. So I'll see you in another 2 weeks. Keep up the great work, and I will see you in a few weeks.